Hey, Nancy.
Yeah.
Hey, before you go on there, I'm gonna tell you something real quick.
Well,
But
I think we are on there right now. I think it just
okay,
went. Let me
okay,
see.
Live.
I'll tell you on
Yeah,
there.
we're live. I thought, yeah, okay. Everybody, welcome to the Irish podcast. I am the TitanFallPrincess, your Irish girl gamer. But enough about me. I'm sorry we're late getting here. It's partly my fault. So I apologize for that. We're going to introduce ourselves first, okay, and then we'll get started with the podcast. We'll start out with the usual members. One of them's not here right now. He's running late, which is Rambo, so he can talk when he gets here. We got Demetrius, the intro.
What's up? Oh, excuse me, I burped like a motherfucker. What's going on, everyone? This is Lords of Eclipse. I said my name wrong too. Lords of Eclipse, everybody. King of gods, king of everything. You know how this be. I'm still at work currently, so like I said, if I pop in and out or something like that, if I stop talking, you know, I got to deal with a customer. So I currently work at a cell phone store. So yeah, so you know, I got to deal with these customers want to come in and buy iPhones and fucking Android phones all day. So that's what I do. But right now, what game I'm playing at the moment? I'm still playing Destiny. I got back on it a couple days ago, and it feels good to be back on it again. Is it still boring? Yes, the fuck it is. It is still boring as fuck. I'm there. They added new raids to the game. Well, it's the same raids, but they updated it. So now, if you guys remember year 1, there's Crota, and there's King's Fall in year 2, and there's year 3, there's the Wrath of Machine. They updated them all, so you get new gears and new weapons and shit. So that's what I'm currently rocking right now. I'm trying to beat Crota's raid again, so I can get some new weapons for it. So that's what I'm playing right now.
Okay, sounds good. Porter Rock, introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's Porter Rock 77. It's great to be here, and let's get this popping and everything. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Okay. Then we got one person who's part of the member but can only get here sometimes. Whatever. Sinister, welcome back.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, everyone? It's the one and only Sinister. Yeah, I'm just like with Porter Rock. I mean, just ready to get this show on the road.
It sounds good. And like I said, Rambo is running a few minutes behind, so when he gets here, you'll know he's here. And then last but not least, we got a special guest, Creepy Bunny. Introduce yourself and tell everybody either what you've been playing or where they can find you if you're on YouTube like that.
What's up, people? This is the Creepy Bunny from the Rabbit Hole. As Princess mentioned, that you can probably find me on Twitter. I am on Twitter, but semester is over. A lot more free time to play some games. I've been playing a lot of Farpoint on VR. I've been playing Abzu, which was free with PS Plus. A little bit of Resident Evil, and a tiny bit of Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm really
Nice.
happy to be here. I'm really grateful for you, Princess, to having me here. Also, thank you to Porter Rock, which a couple of weeks ago we had a one-on-one on his channel. If you want to check that out, and ready to talk some gaming.
Great. I'm just glad you made it. I've been trying to get you here forever.
Yeah,
But I know school and everything. Yeah.
Right.
No, it's all right. You finally made it. That's all that counts. Okay, we'll get into the first topic. The first topic I want to talk about is Lawbrakers, which will be coming to the PS4, as we all know. I've heard from people that the game just looks okay. Now, I personally will be buying it day one because, in my opinion, it looks fun. I love multiplayer as well. You have a certain group of people on Twitter and YouTube that felt personally betrayed by Lawbreaker coming to the PS4, okay? And Cliffy B's, unfortunately, his timeline was flooded with hate over the game. Now, I shared my take on this topic already. Developers are going to go where the money is. Business will be business. People get mad about Lawbreakers coming to PS4 when Cliffy B himself didn't rule out an Xbox version, okay? What are your thoughts on this, guys, on Lawbreaker and what's happening in the media with it, and the fact that it didn't get a version right yet of Xbox and it's on, PlayStation first? What are your thoughts, guys?
That lets you know, you know what? I'm gonna say my piece real quick. That lets you know the PlayStation is dominating. You know, PSN is always the best console to be on. Nah, just fucking with you. I didn't know what Lawbrakers was, so while you guys were talking about it, I'm on the computer at work just googling it. It looks like a cross between Titanfall and Overwatch, and this is a game I would not play. I didn't like Overwatch. I'm one of those people that don't like the game. I'm not into first-person shooters. This kind of version of it, I don't know. It seems too corny and too cartoonish to me. I don't think I would play it. I don't think I would enjoy it. But you never know. I might try this one out though, because I'm not gonna just say, oh, I think it sucks or whatever. Because just because I didn't like Overwatch, it doesn't. You know, there are some games that I didn't like that had the same kind of play style as the other ones, and I ended up liking it. So it looks very similar to Overwatch, and by it coming to Xbox, I mean, who cares? Like, it's going to come to Xbox anyways. I mean, that's money. Why would they make it just exclusive to PlayStation? That's cheating themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, why would it not come to Xbox? So, they haven't announced it for Xbox yet. I mean, just give them a minute. I mean, they're going to announce it. They're probably waiting for Scorpio, some stupid shit. I don't know. Just just give them time. I mean, they're probably working on it, you know, for the Xbox version as we speak, you know. But you just got these dumbass fanboys who just won't, you know, wait. You know, just wait, man. Calm down. Fuck. That's all I say. But I'm done with that.
Yeah, because that's the first time I've heard about it. I mean, I saw it on the I had a little snippet of it, but I didn't know that the game that actually is. But I mean, I don't mind trying it out just to see how it is. I mean, I don't care what system it on, as long as you know I get to try it out. I mean, if it plays good, it's good. But if not, I mean, I just pass on it. You know, but things like that. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't know. But you know, people got different tastes and stuff like that. But that's just my view on it.
I mean, the thing with this is it's nothing really new. Cliffy B has a small studio. In fact, a studio, you know, normally these developers, the studios is like in California, but his is in the Midwest because I guess it's more tax friendly and all that stuff. But he can't develop at this point in his company multiple platforms. You know what I'm saying? He can't do 3-4 platforms. So right now he could develop on PC because he has the tools to easily develop on PC. And he chose one platform. And the choice wasn't based on preference. And his history with Microsoft has nothing to do with this. It's what he's doing with his company. You know, and this goes along with not with just Lawbreaker, but with you know, with the marketing. Why is Activision doing this or companies doing that? At the end of the day, these third parties don't really care about the console itself. They only care what they can get out of the console. Because remember, they didn't make the console. They're only making their games on it because they want their games to sell. And, you know, this generation, the PlayStation brand is the market leader. So people have faith that this is the console that will sell the most software for them. You know, last gen, it was the 360 for a little while. Before that, it was the PS2. Before that, the PS1. Before that, the Super NES. It doesn't change, you know. Only the actual console changes, but the method and you can say the method and the explanation behind it will always be the same. It's whatever's the market leader, developers are going to go after that. That's going to be their first dibs. You know, the only exception is if, let's say, Microsoft would have paid Cliffy B to make it first on Xbox, and let's say they upfront the bill. You know, kind of like what they did with Rise of Tomb Raider. You know, but every company is not going to be able to do that for every game. You know, so this is not a situation of fanboy or preference or Cliffy B betrayed him or whatever. It's just simply he can't make the game for two consoles. He can only choose one, and he's gonna put his bet on the one that's the market leader. That's just simple as that.
Yeah, because business is business, like I was saying. All right, before we move on to creepy bunny, I just want to. Somebody else popped in. What's up, Grimy?
What's good with y'all?
I want you to introduce yourself to everybody.
Not much to introduce. Grimy314, just an avid podcast listener, gamer, social media degenerate. So, have a good show.
Okay, what do you think about the subject of Lawbreaker?
The Lawbreaker not coming to Xbox?
Well, currently, they didn't say rule it out for the future, but what do you think about it, you know, not being there and what the people are saying? They're mad at Cliffy B for this. Like Porter Rock just said, you know, his studio is only a certain size. He can't do it for everybody. He, you know, basically he's going where the current time. He's done it in the past, 360, PlayStation 2.
I mean, I totally agree. You gotta in this day and age, just with any business, and I think with gaming it's a little different because you do have like a younger audience. Maybe it's half older, half younger, and a lot of younger people maybe may not understand that. At the end of the day, it's a business. You got to hedge your bets. PS4 or PlayStation in general is, the current leader in hardware sales and things like that. So if I'm Cliff, I'm putting it on. If at this point I have one console to put my product on, it's definitely got to be the PlayStation 4. And I'm, primarily game on Xbox, so that's just smart. It's if it ends up becoming a big hit and they get an influx of cash or whatever the case may be in order to put it on Xbox, then that would be great. But if not, it's about
Quick
making money at the
question.
end of the day.
Quick question. Porter Rock.
Yeah.
Is Lawbrakers gonna is it made by the people who made Warner Brothers? I said Warner Brothers. The people who made Overwatch, or is it somebody else?
No, it's Cliffy B. He's the one that headed up Gears of War.
Oh yeah, Boss Key.
Well, then if it has a name track record like that, I'm sure it will sell well. I mean, I'm sure it'll probably be a little bit better than Overwatch, like because it's very similar to Overwatch. Like if people see Lawbreaker, I'm sure they've seen it and they just look at it like, damn, this is Overwatch 2.0. That's all it is. Overwatch with a little Titanfall, because I saw a little wall riding and shit. So it's the little Titanfall.
Battleborn didn't do that well, and it's a carbon copy, or I mean, it might have even come out before. So
I don't know. Like, it all depends whoever buys. Overwatch, Overwatch does well, and it looks extremely similar to Overwatch. So maybe it might not do so well. Maybe because the fucking fanboys, the Xbox fanboys, might not buy it, or because they pissed off because it might not come to Xbox. But I'm sure it will. I mean, the guy never said not one time it's not coming to Microsoft. So I don't know what was the big deal about it. And just like you guys were saying, like PlayStation is in the lead this season, this current gen. So why won't you go where the money is? This is where the money is. So just like our Xbox last season, they were where the money was. So you go where the money is. So this particular generation of consoles, Sony has the marketing deals for everything because they go where the money is. Look at Activision. Look at Bungie. All these fucking people, if you guys don't understand, all these fucking people used to be buddy with Microsoft. Microsoft is not doing good, so it's a business standpoint. Just because we've been with you guys for 10 years plus, that doesn't mean we have to legitimately stay with you. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I was playing with my friend on Halo 5 a couple weeks ago, and he was wondering, he was like, damn, man, Bungie betrayed Microsoft. And I was like, how the fuck they didn't betray anything? It's their business. Yeah, they've been with Microsoft probably since, Halo 2, Halo 1, and all that shit for years. Yes, they started on PC, and then, they migrated to the Xbox, whatever. But, I mean, yes, they always been with Bungie has always been with Microsoft. We get that, but at the same time, it's a business standpoint. I don't care how long I've been with someone. If it's putting more food on my table for my family, I don't care what anyone says. It's more money for me and this company to succeed. And it wouldn't make any sense for Bungie or Activision or these other gaming companies to put shit on Microsoft first and put PlayStation second when PlayStation is in the lead of everything. PlayStation is in the lead of everything. You know what I'm saying? So it makes more sense for them to go where the money is. That's why you fanboys need to understand that. Like, okay, I get it. You love Xbox. I like Xbox too. I have all three platforms, but you guys got to accept the facts. PlayStation is better this generation, but it's an opinion though. It's not a guaranteed fact that PlayStation is better, but they're better as far as sales-wise. So a lot of people prefer the PlayStation, so they're going to go where the money is. You guys got to understand that, and a lot of people won't accept it. That's the problem with these fanboys. They will not accept that.
True. All right. First of all, I want to welcome Rambo. He made it. What's up, Rambo? I know he's here.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
Go.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself so that
You there?
I was just listening to him, and he was just like kind of going on and on about the. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So, well, introduce yourself since you're running a little late.
No, everybody knows me. I'm Rambo's Rambo with Rambo's Corner. You can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, same thing. So I'm just
Everybody
I'm just
knows.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the question was, all Lawbrakers going to, that's what he was going on about. Lawbrakers going to PlayStation 4 and Cliffy B getting an 8 over it. And,
I think it's stupid, but there's some of them that legitimately thought that he was supposed to, what's it called? Supposed to, I guess, release on Xbox first because of because they bought Gears there. I'm not really sure. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, as far as like a business goes, and the guy has a team of 65, so he's gonna go where he's gonna make the most money. And then he actually said that he planned. He's not ruling out an Xbox copy. It's just that he has to
exactly.
Funds have to be available first because it costs money for these developers to put a game on these platforms. Like like PlayStation and Xbox take like 30%, so they're only getting 70% of the sales whenever you buy it digitally or physically, and so they have to recoup as much money as they can before they just dump in and like dump it on both both platforms.
Right.
I think the fanboys are being stupid.
Okay. Creepy Bunny, what are your thoughts?
Well, I simply think that this whole deal was overblown. Like as Rambo said, this is just a thing between fanboys. The Sony fanboys that day were like, "Oh, look, we got a free cookie here," and Microsoft fanboys were like, "Oh, really? An online shooter that is skipping our quote-unquote shooter box?" So the game itself is not huge. It's not super popular. It's not. I don't even know if I can define it as a AAA. But still, it was a big impact for them because just the nature of the game that's skipping the console that is associated with the genre.
Right.
And well, as everybody else said here, this is all just business. Cliffy B went where the money is, and that's what comes with PS4 being at the top. It just makes sense. Like. As we saw this morning, more and more rumors about even more marketing rights came. It's like it's just getting ridiculous. And regarding Lawbreaker, I never heard about the game. I'm not a first-person shooter fan. I'm never been interested in Overwatch or any other game of that genre. So it was the first time I heard about that game. I'm not going to say that now I'm interested because of that, because it's coming to PlayStation and I'm a big PlayStation fan. And I think the only thing that's going for this game is the price, because I think it's going for, it's going to be retail for $30. And I don't know, against Overwatch that I think is still 60, or I think that's the only advantage this game may have. But it was a smart. It was a smart move by Cliffy B to do the exclusivity thing, because now the social media is talking about it. But I think the casuals still don't know about the game. Like the hardcore, those that are in the know, those that check the website and Twitter and stuff, they now know about the game. But the casuals, those the parents and stuff, that's still out of their league.
Right.
That's about it.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next topic then. Okay. Microsoft has rebranded Beam with the new name Mixer to be able to stream multiple different things at one time. Now, on paper, that sounds real nice. It really does. But I still wonder why Microsoft isn't on the ball to get YouTube streaming on the Xbox or on even the Scorpio when the Scorpio launches either. What are your thoughts on Beam becoming Mixer on the Xbox now?
I think it's clear. The reason why they're not going to put YouTube on it is simply because they want Mixer. Mixer's another revenue for them, so it's kind of like Twitch for them, So they're gonna try to leverage the Xbox console to help Mixer become popular and get streamers to be on there, so that way they have another source of revenue through Mixer. By putting YouTube on the Xbox, that kind of, how would you say, kind of competes with Mixer, And I think that's kind of fucked up because there's YouTube channels, there's a lot of YouTube, there's a lot of Xbox YouTubers and stuff like that would like to leverage their YouTube fan base as part of their revenue stream. Ultimately,
Yeah, and I was one of them.
yeah. Microsoft wants to use Mixer though, so they're not going to put YouTube on there. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop Twitch, which I don't think they would, but it wouldn't totally surprise me if they did that.
Man, that would be a huge.
Yeah,
it'd be a huge PR. I think it'd be a PR disaster.
I think probably you're right. It could potentially be a PR. But yeah, it would be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. I'm like I wouldn't put it past him, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a better phrase to put it. I wouldn't put it past them if they did some dumb shit. I mean, they made a lot of dumb decisions so far this gen. So
yes, they have.
So yeah, that one.
You know what? I was going to tell you guys about that mixer, that Xbox mixer, because I was going to live stream Destiny last night because me and my homies in my clan, we was going to go play that Crota raid yesterday. And I was going to live stream, and I said, well, I'm going to try to make a fucking Beam account or some shit and figure out how to fuck the live stream this shit. Because I just really wanted to try it, and then I saw Mixer pop up, and I was like, what the fuck? So they changed it, and I went through Mixer, and I was like, okay, so Microsoft did away with Beam, and they added Mixer. So I was thinking that, finally, Microsoft lets you upload shit through YouTube just like PlayStation. That bitch did not give you no option for that. And I was like, okay, what is the point of this then?
It's Beam. Mixer is Beam.
It is.
I know that. I knew it. I knew it was Beam, but I didn't know. I thought when they changed the name, because it doesn't tell you Beam until you click on it and actually load it up or whatever. And then it would say Beam. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't tell you it's Beam. It tells you it's Mixer until you actually launch the application, and then it prompts you to another screen. And then when it tells you to start broadcasting, that's when Beam shit pops up, whatever the fuck. So I thought that it was going to let you live stream and connect your account through YouTube and let you, do like what PlayStation does, broadcast gameplay through YouTube, and it still doesn't give you an option for that. But the only reason why I was upset, I was thinking, like, how come Microsoft can't do it? Does Sony have the rights to that or some shit, or why can't they do that?
Well, no, they put okay. They're not, just like what Porter Rock said. They're not going to sit there and, I mean, since YouTube's not already on the console for them to like directly stream it really quickly. They're not going to now add their competitors to compete with them. I mean, they're trying to make Beam or Mixer like Twitch, like the go-to streaming site for gamers.
But that's not going to be the go-to site.
I disagree. I disagree with you. I think it's going to give Twitch a run for its money because it has no lag. I mean, zero lag at all. And whenever, you know how like on Twitch, whenever you're playing and somebody types a message and it takes you a little while to get it.
Yeah.
It's instantaneous.
Oh, okay, so it's all in line.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like people talking to you in real time. And now you can do multiple viewpoints. So you and your friend can stream on one channel.
Right.
So that way people that are watching you, if you're playing like say Rainbow Six Siege, they can see like a team aspect. So I mean it's good. I think it's set up to go pretty well. The only bad part about it is it's on the Xbox.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because this is where Microsoft's gonna have. This is where they're gonna be. There's gonna be a fork in the road in this. Right now they're traveling with Mixer and Xbox, but they're gonna come to a fork in the road, and this is the decision they're gonna have to make. If they want Mixer to truly take off and be successful, they're gonna have to put the app on PlayStation.
Well, that's what Phil Spencer said. Phil Spencer said that he was open to putting Mixer on PlayStation. Because
then, don't you think that kind of takes away from Xbox? Because right now, you can look at it as an exclusive feature.
Yeah,
to Xbox and PC.
Well, I mean, it does, yes, but then it also benefits Microsoft as well because but I mean, so it's kind of like it's a give and take. Yeah, it's a give and take with them. So,
which is more important is using this to help Xbox or to make money on
I honestly do not think they care about actually quote unquote helping Xbox. I think that they're looking at how can we help Microsoft as a company. And I think that's the reason why they're moving towards all these services is because they are looking at just like how can I just get money coming in each month. And I think that they'll, with no doubt, as long as PlayStation allows it, put Mixer on PlayStation. There's no problem.
Does Microsoft own Beam or some shit, or that?
They bought Beam.
Okay, so what about the Mixer?
Yeah, they own that. They just changed the name.
How the fuck they can put it on PlayStation then?
How can they?
Yeah.
Because it's just like Twitch.
It's an app.
It's just like Twitch.
But I thought they
It's
owned that. I thought they owned the, like they, if they own it, I don't see how they would just give it to PlayStation.
They're not
you know?
giving it to PlayStation. They're just letting PlayStation. It's just an app. It's just like basically putting it in the App Store and letting other gamers be able to use it.
Yeah.
Just like the Azure servers. Remember when Microsoft owns the Azure servers, if I'm not wrong. I mean, they are the distributors.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They own it.
The only people that are going to get upset if Mixer gets to PlayStations are the fanboys. Remember the
Azure.
Remember when Phil Spencer said that with no problems they could allow other platforms to use the Azure servers? Like they only have to benefit from it. Yeah,
I think Microsoft is looking at a way to benefit to get revenue coming in. I don't think they're looking at the console war like what we had before. All this time.
It's just a financial.
It's just business for them.
I mean, yeah, of course. Another thing, since Microsoft, since they have like that Bing search, while YouTube is Google, so that's probably another reason why you don't have, Google, YouTube on the not PlayStation, but the Xbox system, things like that. Cause
I was just about to say that. Yeah, Microsoft, like they're in direct competition with Google. So you're not going to have so when you're on your Xbox, that's why you don't have Google as your search client or as your.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean that's common sense. I mean because that's Microsoft, they're going to have Bing. Yeah, that's common sense.
So yeah, so they're in direct competition. So they're not going to have you, directly go to YouTube when they have their own streaming service. So.
Right.
It doesn't make good sense for them, and kind of like. Rambo was saying, they're in the business of making Microsoft money. It's not just the Xbox division. Whatever is good for Microsoft is what they're going to do. So I don't think that when it comes to that fork in the road, I don't think it's going to be much of a decision for them. If they have an agreement with Sony to put it on, their platform as an app that their people can download, then hell yeah, they're going to do that. And I think it'll end up benefiting Xbox kind of just in this way. So as long as Microsoft is making money, you'll have Xbox be second, third place, but they're making money. So it's not like this is a thing that's losing us money, or it's actually, we might not be in first place, but we can still offer this service and get a little bit of money out of it, because we have all these extra revenue streams going, whereas Sony is kind of beholden to the PlayStation.
Well,
yeah,
also
I agree.
They, Microsoft is trying to get monies from these external things. Besides games, they bought the Havoc engine. They own Simply Gone. And when you boot up, for example, Resident Evil, the first thing that you see is that the game is powered by these two engines. Microsoft owns them, so every copy that Resident Evil is selling, a little bit goes to Microsoft because of those two engines. So they're trying to get money not just from Simply Games. It's a little bit of everything all around, and I can't blame it. I mean, I guess it's kind of smart. Not really successful to sell Xbox Ones, but that's their thing.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Well, I just thought. I don't think it's a bad feature. Like I said, it is just an app. Maybe to make more money, they'll put it on, PlayStation. Who knows down the line? Microsoft, like they said, even about the cloud. If whoever wants it can have it. It's not exclusive to the Xbox. So they're gonna put it where the apps where, since it's not anything, they're gonna put the app where the money is. If it's gonna make money somewhere, they're gonna do it down the line. I have a feeling they may do that. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, because now it is right around the corner. I mean, literally right around the corner. Okay, I'm excited to hear. I want to know what's happening. I really do. I know the Last of Us 2 is a game that I think of when I think of E3. I want to, I didn't see any confirmations anywhere, so I'm not saying that. But I did read an article, where was it, on IGN, about The Last of Us 2 and what can we expect at E3, okay? I would love to see some more gameplay. I know it's not going to be announced for this year. I know that, probably next year. But I still want to see some more gameplay and how it's coming along, okay? Now, based on the trailer that I saw last year, I could think of a lot of different scenarios which the story can go. Honestly, yeah, you really can. The Last of Us 2 speculations, okay, guys? That's, I'm just speculating, about what's going on with it. What are your thoughts on this game, if you guys are into this game? And what are you guys expecting to see at E3? I mean, what do you want to see? Whether it be from Microsoft, Xbox, it don't matter. What do you guys want to see? What are you guys excited about at E3? Pre-3.
I just want to see what Microsoft has to offer. I mean, because we know what Sony's going to do, especially like you mentioned, Last of Us 2. I mean, I can see like some gameplay of that too, but I want to see what plans Microsoft has. Because we know it's all about the Scorpio, but of course, I want to see what the games that they're going to have for it, or is it going to be for it? Things like that. So, I mean,
that's my thoughts too. I am excited about it because I do want to see, but I don't want to hear no more about the Scorpio. I want to hear about games, though.
I mean, I want to see what it does in action. Not just.
Oh no, I want to see how it does in action, but I want to see some.
What the games look like on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I want to see what the games look like on it. Okay, so this massive horsepower that.
I mean, judging by what the specs are, I mean, it is pretty powerful. I was thinking about buying another PC because, excuse me, I was on this website called Origins. It's a nice place to buy a powerful PC. So I was actually going to go in there and build me a PC and buy me another one because the Alienware I don't really want. I was thinking about selling it. But yeah, I'm sure the Scorpio is going to be really good on E3. That's what they're going to be showing off, probably the most, I would say. But for me personally, from Microsoft's standpoint, besides Scorpio, I really want them to show off like more different games if they even have any. Like I said, I'm one of those people who wants a Rise on a Rome 2, a Sunset Overdrive 2, or some shit like that. But it's not going to happen.
One of these games are going to drop like Crackdown and Cuphead. I mean,
I'm looking for a Crackdown and shit like that. But I'm sure they're going to probably show Crackdown 3 because I heard they were really prolonging that shit for the Scorpio. So maybe they're going to show Crackdown 3. Maybe that's probably going to be one of the first games they may show. Maybe. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. But that's something I'm really looking forward to. It's what Microsoft's going to do because we know what Sony's going to do. Last of Us, maybe God of War here and there. They may show off that new Uncharted DLC gameplay. They may show that off. I'm sure they will. And some more cool stuff too. But like I said, for Microsoft, man, they got to do more than just that Scorpio. And I'm sure they're gonna probably show off that Shadow of Mordor, the new Shadow of Mordor. That's a fucking multi-plat. Yeah, Shadow of War. I'm sure they're gonna show that shit off on the fucking Scorpio and try to make it seem like it's the best thing since sliced bread. They make it look better than the PS4 Pro version. You know what I'm saying? So I know they're gonna probably show that off, even though that's a fucking multi-plat. But Microsoft, I don't know. If you ain't got my Rise on the Rome 2, man, or my fucking Sunset Overdrive 2, because I actually started back playing Sunset Overdrive, I actually like it. So if they ain't got part 2 to that shit, man, I don't know what to say for Microsoft besides Scorpio.
I'm gonna let you know that there's a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people keep saying Rise on the Rome.
I know Puerto Rico's gonna do it. I know.
Oh no, it can't. It can't happen.
Yeah, I know it can't happen. I know that. I'm just saying it's a wishful thinking.
It's gone. I mean, it's.
You might as well, if you're gonna wish, you might as well go to the store and use it on Lotto.
Yeah, go.
You know what I do?
Go ask Amazon.
But if I had money, I would figure out a way to make a Rise on the Rome 2.
Go ask Amazon.
Yeah.
There's Amazon.
Oh, Amazon owns the IP of it now?
Amazon owns the engine.
I'll ask Amazon, can you hook me up, bro? Let's make this Rise on the Rome 2. Let's get it.
They're gonna put it on phones.
There is a bigger chance. There's a bigger chance that Dino Crisis returns than Rise on Rome 2 gets.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with y'all, man.
Well, we understand, we feel you, but that shit's done. I mean, Crytek, I mean, that company's pretty much done. They're like getting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Crytek
they're
was
gone,
bees, man. That broke my heart, man. When that wasn't on Rise on the Rome 2, man, I was hoping for that shit because I really liked the game. A lot of people said it was, it was repetitive and shit. What game is not repetitive? You know what I'm saying? GTA 5.
Oh, that game, I love that game.
Yeah, GTA 5 was repetitive. Fucking Destiny is majorly repetitive. You know what I'm saying? All games repetitive. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good story, good graphics. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I wonder if Sony gonna show off Battlefront 2 though. Star Wars.
Yeah, they probably will. Definitely.
Yeah.
They're gonna definitely do that.
Oh yeah, I mean Sony's gonna definitely have all their third-party deals there because they all bought Stage Time.
Right. So Destiny 2 is gonna be up there too.
Oh yeah.
Destiny 2 will be there. Right, Star Wars Battlefront.
I don't see Red Dead now that that's.
They said Red Dead. I looked on the internet yesterday? Me and my friend, we was looking on Rockstar.com, and they said spring of 2018 for Red Dead.
Yeah, I mean, Red Dead they might make like a teaser thing there or something. I don't know, but it won't be nothing big. I don't think.
Right.
This is kind of weird though, because like last year and the few years before, like 2 weeks out from E3, we all knew kind of like what was gonna happen. Like we had trailers leaked all over the place and all these different things, and we haven't had any of that. So I'm kind of curious because like what is everybody keeping so hush hush about? And is there actually going to be another PS4 like a PS4 Go, like a handheld another
handheld? Oh,
Sony's
Why do they keep making PSPs? I mean, the fucking handheld market is dominated by Androids and iPhones.
Does anybody want to see Hellblade?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely getting that on my PC. I'm not buying that on console. I seen the PC gameplay of that shit. You're a damn fool to buy this shit on console. Get all this shit on PC. That's not just me though.
I think the Sony conference has the potential to have material for like a 3-hour long show. It's like
they could
it's not even I heard that they have some PlayStation Network changes, working around. They have Sucker Punch, they have Pixel Opus, there's Blue Point. Maybe if Jesus exists, maybe Sawcom can return. There's rumors of Resistance coming back. They could show the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. New VR games, Kingdom Hearts 3, Bloodborne 2. Maybe Agent. Maybe the freaking Agent can come back.
Y'all do realize that Sony's conference is going to go longer than the hour and a half that the main stage is, because they've actually they opened up a website that's going to stream 15 hours of content. So they're going to actually be doing this for 15 hours.
So what Microsoft is going to do? They're going to just put people to sleep with Scorpio? Is that what they're going to stream?
I have no idea.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Let's not do that. Hopefully they come out. I mean, like we said, they're not going to win this gen, but hopefully they come out with some gloves on and do something. I would like to see that.
I just don't know what they can do.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep my expectations low for Microsoft because I think they put a lot of money behind Scorpio, and I don't think basically how they balance the books between Game Pass, creating Game Pass, and doing this and doing that, and hardware. And I don't think they're gonna have anything this year. I think they're starting projects, but I don't think they're ready for this year. Because it takes about 2-3 years, especially if you're gonna start a new IP. It's gonna be 3 years of development, and I don't think it's gonna be ready to show this year.
I have high expectations.
Phil. He already said he doesn't like to show stuff too early on new projects, so I don't think you're gonna see a lot of new shit this year. I think it's gonna sadly it might be like if they are doing any new IPs and they have a lot of projects, they probably won't see it till next year.
I have high expectations for the Microsoft conference. I mean, they have a lot to prove. They gave this promise of the Xbox Scorpio. They gotta announce the price. They gotta show how it is. They gotta give the date. But then you gotta clarify the first party studios, like what's going on there. They got no marketing deals, so they can't advertise Call of Duty, no Battlefront, no nothing. Maybe not even FIFA at this point.
Oh yeah, I heard there's rumors that Sony might have the marketing deal for FIFA.
Yeah, like that's
I
gonna
thought that
kill.
was a Microsoft thing, FIFA, because I have FIFA 17 on the Xbox One. I play this shit all the time with me and my
Oh
homies.
yeah, last year.
Yeah, but it looks like there's a
Damn, Sony get that hoe
picture.
too?
There's a picture that come out that showed a guy in front of a PlayStation symbol with the FIFA logo there.
Right.
So it kind of looks like possibly that they got FIFA as well. I don't really care about that game though. So.
And if Sony is advertising FIFA, it's even heavier because they're not advertising FIFA with the PS4. They're advertising that with the PS4 Pro. So they're going. The Pro will get exposed to a much larger audience. You know, the audience that in Europe is interested in FIFA. It's insane. Like in Italy, in Italy, everybody I know has FIFA. It's like it's not even funny. It's ridiculous. So
That game is definitely huge in Europe, especially, and that's probably why EA might want to do it to take advantage of the European market of PlayStation.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a huge audience for them when it comes to that game.
That's true. Hey, Grimy, you've been quiet. What do you expect out of E3?
Oh,
You still there,
The baby
Grimy?
away from his
Yeah,
mic.
I'm here. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. Nah, I just hope.
What do you expect?
I just want to see games like you guys are saying. I've heard enough hype about the actual console, about the Scorpio. I just want to see what they're gonna be able to, give us a launch day for it, and let us know what games you're gonna have coming out for your platform. I do expect Microsoft to give us a lot more solid. Well, I guess you can really never say solid release dates, but more release dates than what Sony is going to do. Not saying like most of their stuff is already going to have like a quarter this or a month that it's already coming out, but I do expect them to give us, since they do have this backlog of titles they've been promising us for years, at least come out with some release dates. And kind of like you said, without any marketing deals, without Call of Duty to promote or anything like that, I just really want to see how creative they can be with what they're going. Are they going to blow us away with any new IPs? Are they going to tease us with even more with Crackdown, the destructible environments? Like I don't want to see that. I want solid dates. I want games. And like I said,
Do you want to see how it works? You want to see the power of it?
Not really, because at the end of the day, it's a closed environment. It's only going to be. It's kind of like the whole Destiny 2 argument, where it's not really the PlayStation 4 that held back the 60 frames per second on the Scorpio. It's the Xbox One. They have to conform it to Xbox One, Scorpio, PS4, and PS4 Pro. So it's the PS4 and the Xbox One, the original ones, that held it back from being 60 FPS on the Pro and on the Scorpio. So I don't really need to see how powerful it is at all. I mean, it's gonna be the most powerful console in the market, but what does that really mean if I'm just watching more YouTube or Netflix on it and I don't have anything to play on it? So.
Were you saying that 30 FPS? Were you saying about Destiny? Because that's the only thing people been talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Destiny 2, like
Well, I mean, they did came out and say that Scorpio can run it at 60 FPS.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
They didn't. I heard someone say they did come out and say that.
Digital Foundry did a thing, and it says let's talk about, like, if you look at Digital Foundry's video talking about the Destiny 2 and PS4 Pro or whatever.
Right.
They talked about it, and they showed that the
I did talk about that last night.
The difference between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro CPU is 35%. It's 35% stronger. And they said that the PS4 Pro's CPU can't handle 60 FPS. Well, if you look at the Scorpio's CPU output compared to the Xbox One's output, it's 35% more powerful as well from the Xbox One. So that the Scorpio is going to have the exact same problems in the exact same engine, because it's just as the CPU didn't get changed out enough.
Right.
So it's the CPU that's holding all four of the consoles back. Really, not so much the GPU or the power of the GPU, but the CPU.
Yeah, a lot of people get that confused. You know, the GPU is
And
different
plus,
from the CPU.
when they do console reveals at these places, like it's cool to see it on screen there, but I really don't have much of an eye for it until I have it in my house anyway. So, showing me 60 FPS, while I'm looking at it on my phone or my tablet or my PC is fine, but until I actually can go out to a Best Buy and see it, then like I can do my own reveal. I just need them to come out with games. I just want to,
Yeah. Hey, Rambo.
I'm definitely going to be more of a PlayStation gamer for probably the next year or so anyway. So.
Hey, Rambo.
What's up?
Hey, what is the GPU inside that Scorpio?
It's a Jaguar.
It's a Jaguar? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The CPU or the GPU?
The GPU.
CPU. The GPU is like an RX 480.
Yeah.
RX 480, okay. Well, I did say GPU at first, but then I asked for the CPU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop trying to confuse people, Demetrius. You know they get confused about those two anyway. You're going to confuse the people in the audience now. Sinister, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. You're so quiet over there.
I'm just hearing everybody else, hearing the reviews and stuff like that. We pretty much like in agrees. We want to see games and stuff like that at E3. But, because Microsoft, some people say, hey, their back is against the wall, so they're trying to probably, play their cards out because, they're trying to, trying to get favoritism back, favors back because, because Sony's ahead and things like that. So they want to, hey, this, they're trying to go all out, so, hey, this is the time to do it. It's like put up, shut up time,
Unfortunately, you're right, and I hope they don't disappoint because they could lose more people doing that. I hope they got something up their sleeve besides the Scorpio. Games and other things. We know about the Scorpio already. And like Rami said, he'll believe what he sees when it's in his hand, or he goes to a Best Buy to actually see it in front of him, not by YouTube or anything else. They need to talk about games more. We know it has power. We know it's powerful, but also the games that you're going to put on there are what's going to be the difference from or the Xbox One. How much of a big difference is it going to be if you have a regular TV? Or do people have to go out and buy a 4K TV? They're talking about 4K and doing all this other stuff. You got to let people know.
Right.
How those games are going to play.
Because Microsoft.
Besides buying a console, you got to go buy a TV with it too, because people are going to be like, depending on the price of that console, and depending on how many games they're going to release, they're not going to go buy a TV too on top.
Right.
Microsoft definitely has a challenge for E3 because here's the situation with them. So they got this. Obviously got new hardware, and they obviously want to show people, hey, this is new hardware. But one's going to be hard to show it over E3 because, again, most people are not going to have a 4K TV to see these games. It's kind of like trying to listen to a super fantastic, speaker system through a shitty-ass telephone. You're not going to get the effect. You have to be live and in front of it to get the effect. But at the same time, if they put too much focus on Scorpio, what about the vanilla and Xbox One S users who don't plan to get a Scorpio? You know what I'm saying? Like if they show, look at Crackdown and look how great it looks on Scorpio. Look at this game and look how great. They tie everything to Scorpio. Would there be a feeling that everyone else feels left out? Like, okay, so what do I get out of this presentation? Because it seems like, you know what I'm saying? So Microsoft has to balance it out to be like, hey, we got Scorpio this, that, and third. But also, because we're Xbox One family, this is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? For those who aren't interested in Scorpio, because they got to think about those users as well. Because not everybody's going to drop $400-$500 on a new console. They just want to play what they got. They want to see what you're going to put on it, So it's going to be a challenge to balance that out. This E3.
Think about it. Microsoft's not gonna be stupid enough, like the fails. Like, okay, we got this new hardware. Well, they gotta have, then they're gonna have some up their sleeve to wow the crowd, so like that, just to win that crowd over. Because they're not gonna come all this way just to fail. Just have everything just to focus on one console, one piece of hardware.
Nancy, you said something about having to buy a new TV, but the one good thing about the Scorpio is that you don't actually have to buy a new TV, because if you have a 1080p TV, it super downsamples to the 1080p, which basically it'll be
Okay.
it'll be a 4K
I
texture.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, it'll be
Okay.
in 4K textures, but then it'll be in 1080p resolution. So it'll
Yeah, that's the only
still
one with
look
the
better than regular.
saying
It'll still
4K,
look better than
4K.
it'll still look
Yeah.
better than a regular 1080p picture.
I have a question for you
Okay.
guys.
Go ahead, creepy.
I was curious if you, what is your opinion like regarding the sales of the Pro? Like, we know that Sony, it's probably never going to break down, like differentiate the sales of the base PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and I guess that makes sense because the Pro is a PS4. But in your opinion, how many Pros do you think have been sold as of today?
I'll say this. I'll say this, and this is in general. Not just the Pro, but I think this is going to be the last time we're ever going to see mid-gen refreshes. You know, and I thought about this, and I was going to make a video about this.
Probably.
But picture this. Imagine if PlayStation 5 comes out, let's say 2020, right? So we're talking 3 years from now, right? At what point between now and right before the PlayStation 5 comes out does it outsell the PS4 Slim? It probably never will. You understand?
Oh, no, it won't. No.
Yeah, so you picture this. So PS5 is about to come out, and when they look at the books and they realize over the last 3 years since the Pro came out, the PS4 Slim has been killing the Pro over the last 3 years in terms of sales. And now we're about to launch the PS5, so chances are no one's going to care about the Pro. Everybody's going to merge over to the 5. So they're going to look back and ask themselves, what was the point? What did we really accomplish with the Pro? And I think Scorpio is going to have that same issue, because it's going to get to a point where the Xbox One S is going to outsell the Scorpio. And then by the time the new Xbox comes out, they're going to look back and realize, what did we really do with this mid-gen refresh? Like, what did we really accomplish if everybody ultimately still kept buying the vanilla platforms? You know, what did we really get out of this? You know, especially, and I know some people be like, well, these are premium products. You know, they only sell to a small user. I get that to a certain point, but people have to remember, both Sony and Microsoft spent money on research and design, millions of dollars, and it costs money to manufacture these consoles. So I'm pretty sure there is a level of sales they need to meet to justify the constant production costs. And if at no point does the Pro or the Scorpio take over as a primary platform where people keep buying, you know, then what was the point?
I actually think you'll see the Scorpio do that. And the reason, hear me out, the reason why I say that is because Microsoft has made a very bold statement saying we're done with console generation. So they're basically going to eventually phase out the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. And then the Scorpio will become like the base unit. And then their next refresh will be, you know, whatever it is. But then it'll also, everything will be playable. You know what I mean? So the Scorpio will then become the primary and the cheaper console of the two. And so therefore that's whenever that, you know, the sales for the Scorpio are going to take off, you know, like they are with the Slims and stuff like that right now. But now I don't know if PlayStation's going to still, you know, going to do that as well. Like basically like their next, like the PS5, is it going to be backwards and forwards compatible? You know, because it should be. It should be.
Better freaking be.
Well,
I mean, to me, I don't give a shit about backwards compatibility.
I think it was Andrew House. I think it was Andrew House who he made when they were talking about generations. They were talking about backwards compatibility, and they were talking about, you know, they didn't confirm or deny it, but it sounds like, you know, backwards compatible, the PS5 will. But he blamed out says that as far as forwards compatible, meaning PlayStation 5 games will work on the Pro or the 4, they're not really interested in that. So I think Sony, yeah, you can make, you know, PlayStation 4 games will work on the 5, but when they develop an actual PlayStation 5 game, it's going to take advantage of the 5. You can't play it on your Pro.
I like that idea. See,
I agree with that idea. I agree with that idea too.
I think there should be generations, but I think that all the generations should be backwards compatible.
Keep the old shit moving forward. But don't use the new shit.
Yeah, give developers
old shit. Yeah,
that way you give developers something stronger to work with, and then they can only focus on that stronger hardware rather than all the lower end hardware.
And remember, you're a PC guy, but I'm pretty sure you understand this because this is a point I always try to make. Because they say, yo, even on PC, you can use multiple variants of video cards. And I'm like, that's true. But every game made, there is a certain point where they cut out all the video cards. They tell you this is the minimum spec.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
every couple of years they raise the bar for minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the one thing that everybody needs to like whenever they start using like the PC as a standpoint for like the whole frame rate things and all this stuff like that and the GPU and stuff, is that with PC, the reason why there is such a variant that people can go low end or a high end is because people in the low end will turn their resolution and their settings down to low or extra low.
Yeah.
In order to achieve the 60 frames per second, while the people on the high end are getting the 60 to 144 frames per second on the the 4K. So that's the reason why I mean that on the PC it fluctuates like that. So, but yeah, I mean you're exactly right that whenever it comes to the PC, like the older games, you can run on like low end hardware, like real low end. But the newer games, you're stuck. Like you got to get a pretty good like mid tier card to run it.
Yeah.
So
that always changes. Yeah, the minimum specs.
The minimum always changes as time goes on. The games get more advanced. The newer the games come out, the more demanding they are.
They even said to run Fallout 4, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. They even run that game.
Yeah. Look at Witcher 3. The minimum specs for Witcher 3 would fucking like destroy Witcher 2. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
definitely, yeah.
There's just in order to advance gameplay, you can't be tied to old hardware. You have to move on and take advantage of the newer hardware.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Did you guys notice that in the past couple of days, Sony came out with those tables, those numbers that show how they want to make more progress, make more profit. They said they have 70 million active online users. They said they have 26 PS Plus members that are paying right now. All that they came out with a lot of numbers, but the only thing that they didn't show was the numbers of the PS Now. I think that service. I think that service is going down. If they don't bring that service down, they're gonna. I hope. I think it's a no-brainer. Like they should just unite PS Plus and PS Now, and just leave it over there. Like even if you raise a little bit the price of PS Plus, but you had that whole library of games that you can stream and whatever. But it can't be separate. It's a disaster.
Well, I don't think that. I'm going to lead into no, because he just led into something. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about briefly, because there was a rumor that I read. Now he's talking about combining them. Now this may be something they're trying to do. Maybe that's why they didn't release the numbers. I heard there was a rumor that's supposed to do, since it's not doing so well, it's supposed to do some sort of rewards program on PSN. Did anybody hear that rumor? I read it somewhere. I can't remember where I read it.
Something is changing. Something is changing. They're doing something, but
the service isn't dead because they're bringing it to PC. I mean, it's already to PC, but they're bringing PS4 games later this year to the PC platform. And I think that this is their test platform to see how interested the PC players are in their games. And if they are interested, I'm really thinking that they are actually going to start like opening up a store on the PC and sell their exclusives there, which I think would be a great idea.
I think it's going to fail.
Program they're talking about. Did anybody hear that? I heard something.
I've never heard of a rewards program. I've never heard of a rewards program.
I think of where I saw it now. I'm gonna have to find it and put it up there where people can see it.
I mean, are they really gonna try to combine the the stuff like that? Are they really gonna try to do that, or that's just a rumor?
I don't know. That's a rumor. What people are just talking about. It's not really a rumor. I think it's just people talking. But I think that like if they're gonna combine it, I think they're gonna have to do it to where there's like a yearly subscription to PS Plus, and then there's a yearly subscription plus the access to PS Now.
Can I ask you guys something? This is like something been bothering me for like a long time. Backwards compatibility is really nice. I like it, but why are people obsessed with it? Like people like are fucking like demandful about backwards compatibility, and I'm like, so you paid $200 because you're going off the Xbox One Slim now. you're paying $249 to $300 to play old ass 360 games. Now, me myself personally, when I hear people say, "Yeah, dude," because I mean, why would I not do it? That's why I tell people you should have never sold your fucking 360 and PS3 then. I still have my 360. I just don't never play it. I don't have my PS3 no more, but I just never played my 360. I was thinking about giving it to my little brother because he would need it more than I would. But
Demetrius, there's also one other thing. Maybe some of these people that are buying it some people did sell it and should have kept it. I agree, but there probably are some people that never owned a 360 when they got into gaming, and so for them it's good.
I think that's Princess
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
that's the
who
biggest
own but that's not what I'm saying. I'm seeing people who fucking own a 360 or praising this shit like it's like the next coming of Jesus. That's what confuses me because I'm thinking,
then I don't know that.
Yeah, right. Because I'm thinking like, okay, well, if you never played it, that's fine. But you know, yeah, go ahead and play on the Xbox One, whatever. But there's people who own a 360 and still think backwards. They like, oh well, Sony, they don't have backwards compatibility. You have to stream your fucking games while we could just pop a disc in. And I'm like, well, that's why you should never sold your 360 then.
It matters. It matters to them because it adds ammunition. You know, it's just more games. It's more peanuts into the basket. But what's funnier is that Xbox One still has less games than PS4, even if you combine the Xbox One games and the backwards compatibility games. That's the insane part.
Yeah. The only thing I could think of, I mean, obviously, if I were to try to look at it from a non-fanboy perspective, because obviously, you know, it's a fanboy, you know, it's a tool to use. But if I were to look at it from a regular consumer who doesn't know anything about this, and they appreciate the backwards compatibility, I think it's just knowing that the money they invested, they could carry it forward with the next console. If Microsoft keeps this fundamental concept, they know when they buy another Xbox console, all that goes with them. It's kind of like the iPhone, Android, or iPhone concept. No matter what iPhone you buy, you know all the stuff you purchase will go with you. So you never really lose out on all the apps you buy. I guess that's the best I could think of.
That's cool. That's cool for them. I mean, like as far as like me as a consumer, like me as a consumer, like I didn't really. I owned a 360 for a very brief time because I just ended up hating the UI and hating the controller, so I just got rid of it, never looked back. So I've never played a lot of those games that are on. I like the Xbox One controller. I hate the 360 controller. It's tiny and the offset thumbs just completely screwed with me. So, but whenever like all these backwards compatible games that I can buy now and play, I have no interest in playing them. Like, because I've tried to go back and play a couple of the ones that they give you free, you know, during the games with gold or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like, it feels just like playing like a PS2 or an original Xbox game. It's like, man, these things are.
Hey Rambo, you're spoiled.
I'm spoiled to the newer games, and there's so many new games that I have to play. That's like, why do I want to go back and like try to experience Fable? You know, like
the only game I'm playing on my Xbox One is backwards compatible is random as fuck. I'm playing a game called Catherine that was on PS3. It was like a little anime puzzle game. It's a platformer. I'm playing the hell out of Catherine though.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like right now I don't have any interest in like now. I'll subscribe every once in a while to PS Now to go back whenever they put a certain game on there to go back and get like a quick platinum. But other than that, like I just don't give a shit about playing an old game, man. I really don't.
But when you play a PS Now game, do you is it good? Because it
is for me, but I have like kick-ass internet. Like I have like 380 megabytes down.
Yeah, I tried Killzone 3 and that thing was.
Whose cell phone? Who like cable company you have? Because I only have 250 down, 150 up.
Demetrius, you're fading out real bad.
Yeah, I don't
internet
know.
You have?
Oh, I have Cox Communications.
I never heard of that.
I don't know who Demetrius is hanging out with, but I don't really ever hear any more people than just really fanboys kind of talking about backwards compatibility.
Well, the friends I have are fucking Xbox fanboys. Like I'm talking about, like I don't know them in real life. You know, they just friends on the internet. You know, playing on the Xbox.
Gotcha.
And most of them are fucking Destiny fans too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know I have Destiny on the Xbox, right? And so most of my friends, you know, when we in the raids and shit, they're just talking about Scorpio and, oh, bro, I can't wait for the Scorpio comes out because Destiny 2 is going to be awesome on the Scorpio. So that's all you hear, you see? So they just downplay Sony all fucking day. Somebody, well, Sony's holding back the Scorpio, so that's my Destiny 2 on 130 FPS. And I try to explain to them, you know, hey, man, you know, it's not really Sony's fault. You know, both of the hardwares can't handle 60 FPS. Well, did you see the fucking specs of the Scorpio? Yeah, the fuck you can, dude. You're out of your fucking mind, Dimitri. You know, they do shit like that. So I deal with people like that all the time.
You need to hang out with a different group of people, Demetrius, because I would not waste my time trying to explain nothing to these people.
Well, I mean, I hang out with them because those are my clan mates. I started my own clan on Destiny, and they're part of my clan. So, I mean, I hang with them because they helped me through Destiny. So
you need to be more selective. No, but I'm kind of like with Rambo, man. I only play certain games backwards. Like the only game I think I've recently played for backwards compatibility for the Xbox is like an SSX game, because I didn't really like the steep
SSX,
the Ubisoft game that they came out. But I play like SSX. Like I love that game on the Xbox 360, so I'll play that. But other than that, man, it's not there. There aren't too many games that I want to go back and play just because they make my eyes hurt when I put them on the screen.
Right.
The thing about backwards compatibility is, like, as much as I personally don't really care, but it's good to recognize though that it's I mean it looks nice. Like the company that does it looks like it's putting that effort for those who are interested. Like that's why in comparison, PS Now, I mean, if we compare PS Now to Xbox backward compatibility, PS Now doesn't look, you know, it looks like they're nickel and diming people. Like I really don't care about, like I wouldn't be playing PS3 games right now if PS4 was backward compatible, but it's still, Sony would look nice and Microsoft is looking nice because they're offering this. That's why.
Yeah, the PS3 just simply cannot. The PS4 cannot simply run PS3 games.
Right.
It just can't. So I mean, the only option they have for you to be able to play those games is PS Now. That's it.
Yeah, the streaming all that stuff instead of you know.
And it does offer like a minimal bit of value or added value to the console. You know, it does. Obviously, you're not paying $300, $400, $500 for backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like me, I don't own almost pretty much any of the games that become backwards compatible on Xbox One. So if I go to buy them, they're anywhere from $19.99 to $39, $49.99. Okay, so I get access. If I do that, by paying $19.99, I get access to that one game on Xbox One.
Subscribe to the Game Pass.
If I go over to the PlayStation Now, I pay $19.99. I get access to 450 games that month.
Or Rambo.
It's all relative because I never turned in my game. I just turned in the console.
Hey Rambo, check this joke out. Look at this, man. For a whole year, for $10 a month, for $60 a year. This is automatically what you're paying for Xbox One.
That'd be $120 a year.
Exactly. You can get the all-new badass beast Xbox One Game Pass. You get all access to all 360 games and shit. That is a nice fucking deal.
Download the game.
I know you're making a joke, but I mean the Xbox Game Pass is good for those that can't afford to buy every game.
It is, but like me, myself personally, all the fucking games they give you so far, I already own them. You know, I got Halo 5.
I mean,
but there's maybe some people that don't have them, is what Rambo's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to make fun of it because I mean, just because you own it, I mean, you should be able to see the good in it because I mean, it does provide access to games say that there's if it wasn't for me, you know, being the gamer and you know whatever, there's a lot of parents that won't buy their kids maybe like 1 or 2 games a year. But if they can come to their parents and say, hey, look, for just $10 a month, I get access to 100 games. And that right there's a very good avenue, maybe opens up a lot of doors to these young kids out there that, you know, just that don't get to, I guess, see a lot of these games.
And I hate to say it, but Demetrius, you're making him repeat himself what he said last week because he said the same thing last week when we discussed the Game Pass. So why you bring up the Game Pass again and making poor Rambo repeat
Actually, I
himself?
probably didn't know that because I'm working, so I probably didn't hear that when he said.
I would say it probably would have been an issue if Microsoft would have like included Game Pass into Xbox Live Gold and then raised the price to $75 or some shit like that. Now that would be a problem because that would impact anyone who's going to be a subscriber, and yet they don't need Game Pass because they have most of the games.
Yeah.
But since they separate a service, you could just ignore it and continue to, buy the games and get access to the games the way you want. But for those who don't buy a lot of games, this might be a good way to save some of those IPs. Especially like Sunset Overdrive. It could breathe new life into that game simply because I guess for whatever reason, people didn't pay the $60 or $20 or $30, but this could be a model to help older games get back and breathe new life in, kind of like with Netflix. You go Netflix, you end up watching shows you never thought you would watch before simply because it's there, and you realize, oh, okay, this is not a bad show. This is actually pretty good and stuff. So I can see that. As long as they didn't tie it to something where you have to have it, and it takes money from your pocket when you don't need it, then that's a problem.
That's the reason why whenever somebody mentioned like rolling PlayStation Now into PlayStation or PlayStation Plus, the only way that works for me is if they actually have a year subscription for PlayStation Plus separately, and then they have one together, so that way you can actually do one or the other, just depending on whichever if you're interested in that.
Yeah, you can have only one because as Puerto Rock said, that's going to condition everybody. That's going to
it would screw the people that have no interest in it.
You got to do two options.
Not only that, but they're not going to get everybody to do it anyway because, like Rambo has been saying, there are certain people that can't afford certain things and they can only do certain things. So having two separate plans, I think is a good thing for whoever's budget it fits and wherever people play in the genres or whatever. It makes sense to have two separate things.
Yeah, exactly. I would be mad if Sony combined PS Now with PSN Plus and raised it to like $75. It's like I don't want to pay a PS4 game
you're not using.
Yeah, and I don't want to stream games. The game that you're putting my PS4 can run it. I'm not playing on an e-machine because that's really what streaming does. It's advantage to people who have like low power laptops, but you can play a decent looking PlayStation 4 game or whatever. Depending on your internet. But I think that's the real intention of game streaming. It prevents your actual device from having to render the game. You're letting servers do the job for you. I don't need that on my PlayStation 4. Like that would be ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. I got two questions from the chat. I've been letting you guys talk, and I don't want to forget the questions. One of them came from Craig Harris. I don't know if it was from him or his pet rock, but his question was to the panel. The PS5, I guess if there is one, will it have a Vega Rising CPU?
I think so.
No.
Why you say no, though?
Well, because that's a brand new technology.
Well, but
the cost of that's going to. I think it would actually have like their latest rendition, like before the Vega and Ryzen came out, but it's not going to have the Vega and Ryzen. I don't see them going balls to the wall because that console would be pretty damn expensive.
But you don't think if the console will come out in 2019, 2020? We're talking 3 years from now.
Possibly if it comes out that late.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it comes out then, but
that's what I mean. That's why I think it's gonna have it. Only because it's not like the PS5 is not coming out next year. People better get over that.
Yeah, I was just going off that rumor. If it's coming out, if it's coming out then, there's no way it's happening.
But like a 2019, 2020,
it's a possibility then. Yeah, a bigger possibility.
Yeah.
They may have something similar, but highly customized because consoles they like to be comparable to PCs, but they are customs and they are customizable, whatever. So perhaps not exactly Ryzen and Vega, but.
All right, here's the other question. Somebody else in the chat wanted to know, a couple people in the chat wanted to know what the panel thought of Far Cry 5.
Oh, that looks so good.
It looks really good. I'm ready for it.
This turn, it's like Far Cry Redneck. That's what I call it.
You're fading out again.
I call it Far Cry Redneck. It's like a fucking redneck game. It looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really good.
As long as they just didn't do another reskin of a game they had before, then it should be good.
They showed a little
down to its roots
snippet
and
gameplay. It looks exactly the same as other Far Cries.
Demetrius, you're talking over everybody. Demetrius, with your baby voice over there. Talking over everybody. Grammy was talking.
No, I said what I had to say. Yeah, as long as they don't, as long as it's not a reskin, kind of like going from Far Cry 3 to 4, and all those other things, like where they're using the same map, and instead of elephants, and you're just really putting a new skin on the same game as the previous iteration, then it should be good.
Okay. Now go ahead, Demetrius, because I could barely hear you. Your voice was low anyway.
Oh, well, the only thing I was saying was, like, it's Far Cry, and they showed a little snippet of the gameplay and a little bit of it, and it looks very similar. It just looks like way better graphics than the other Far Cries, So if they're not going to change the engine is really good. They don't need to change anything.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts on Far Cry?
It looks really good to me. I can't wait. I can't wait to actually get my hands on it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with the Far Cry franchise. I mean, I never played Far Cry 3. I tried Far Cry 4, and I couldn't get past 2 hours because I just couldn't get into the game. But this one looks interesting. This one looks, I can dig it. The concept.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead, Creepy. I thought you were done.
No, I'm done. Just saying that the concept.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Stop. No, because sometimes a little lag here, and I think people are done because it has a break.
Right. No, you can.
No, all I was going to say is one thing I do hope they have is customized characters instead of the same old clones,
They do.
especially with online.
They've already said that you can choose your gender or your race and your race.
Awesome.
So you can customize your character. Period. Looks, everything. It's not going to be a clone but see, that's the thing. I don't want them to put up the races of people, but they're still clones. I want to be able to customize. You should be able to customize it to the way you want.
Well, they just said.
I just want to put up the skin tones, and that's it.
Well, yeah. Right now, they just said that Shinobi tweeted out saying that they're going to do where you can choose your own race and choose your own sex.
Yeah, you need to choose your hair color because if I'm gonna make
honestly,
I'm gonna put red hair on it. I don't want.
I could give a shit less about character customization. It doesn't.
I actually like it. I think it's fun to do.
It's just.
But that's you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't. I mean, I play with whatever that generic thing that they come with, and then I just move on because I just don't care that much.
Yeah, no, everybody doesn't, but for those of us who do, who like to do that, I just think it would be great to put it in there. That's all. Okay, now I got one last thing that I want to bring up, and then we'll open it in case somebody has something they want to bring up that has been brought up. Okay, I read somewhere about next month's PlayStation Plus games, and it's been a long week, so I don't remember where I read it at. But it said that Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange would be the free games. Now, but I hope so, as Killing Floor 2 to me is a really good game. So I hope it is true. I don't know if they're rumors again, but what are you guys' thoughts about these two games if they are the free games?
Heck, I mean, can't say no to free. I mean, even if the game is crap or not, but hey, you get to play it for free. I mean, shoot. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I have no complaints about it, but I mean, you can always try it. If you don't like it, hey, delete it. It's no cost to you.
I'm talking about these two particular games, like Killing Floor 2.
I think they're both really good games. Like Killing Floor 2 is a lot of fun. So
Life is Strange is a masterpiece.
I was actually about to buy it. I was actually about to buy it, and once I saw that the rumor was going to be that, I'm waiting until the announcement.
Oh, so you did see the rumor too?
Yeah.
Okay.
PlayStation France or PlayStation. I forgot. I did one of them odd PlayStation accounts on Twitter. Tweeted it out.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where I saw it.
I think it was PlayStation Turkey, maybe.
Yeah, PlayStation Turkey. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Life is Strange is phenomenal.
Yeah, but Killing Floor, man, shoot.
And speaking of Life is Strange, they're working on a sequel.
Yes.
So thanks God.
Yes, that they are. Oh, where they're gonna go with it, but
I know.
it's nice to know there's another one coming out, which means it did well.
You think it's gonna be the same characters, or are they just gonna
I kind of hope so.
like because what they could do is same type of
It's all right.
not same story, but kind of like the same universe where another person is going through the same situation, and now you have to figure out their story. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could actually. I think what would be interesting is if they because you know how you played as Max and you was with Max and Chloe, I think it was.
Yeah.
But
Max and Chloe.
yeah, but then like maybe do a Life is Strange 2, but where you're actually a what's it called? A person that went to the school with him, like one of the kid that brought the gun to the school or whatever, like you're maybe him, and you get to experience Life is Strange, through his eyes.
Oh.
I think that would be pretty cool. But they kind of ended the game.
Yeah, they did.
So I mean, I think that it would either be within the exact same like experiencing it through somebody else's eyes in that same scenario, or
just a whole new story.
A whole new story,
but the same concept of
same concept, but just a new story. Yeah.
I just didn't think the game was gonna be as good as it was. It was really good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. One of my favorite story type games like that, like Telltale type games.
Yes, it really turned out.
Yeah,
those are the free games, and I think it'll be a good month.
Yeah, I love the Telltale games.
Especially Kmart too.
Yeah, 2 games, it really would be a good month. Especially for those people who didn't get a chance to experience either one of them.
They get a second chance.
They got a second chance for free, and that may just, especially with Life is Strange, if they come out with a sequel, if they love this one, they're gonna be like, okay, I got to pick that next one up. I'm gonna have to pick it up. So that'll be good. We have another question from the chat. Okay, they asked about what do we think about Crackdown 3. Now, for me, I never thought it was a big thing for Xbox. Okay, I really didn't. Maybe Crackdown 3 can change it and make it something for Xbox. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
Hey, I was
a Crackdown guy. I love the game, or at least the first one. The second one was kind of, I thought, maybe a little
hokey.
Just kind of pieced together. Yeah, I really didn't like it. Kind of pieced together and just put out and like, here you go. Here's just Crackdown 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the length of time that they've been, this game has been in development and they've been promoting it, and we've seen it at like 2 E3s, or at least it's been 2 years since we saw it, the original showing of it. That I'm excited for it. I really hope that it at least meets expectations, if not surpasses them.
I hope so too. With like you said, as long as it's been in development, and like you said, especially with the second one, what happened, this could be for that series, or for at least a game for them. This could be a game changer for the console. It could help it, but they gotta do it right. They gotta do it right though.
Well, Crackdown was never really a series that really too many people cared about. The only reason the first one sold as well as it did was because you got a beta to Halo.
For Halo, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that like everybody went out and bought Crackdown 1 because they got the beta to Halo. Crackdown 2 didn't sell worth a shit because, of course, obviously the problems it had with it. As far as Crackdown 3 is concerned, like I don't know how anybody can be excited for this game. We haven't seen shit from it. The only thing we've seen is a tech demo. At this point, it's just a concept. Like, we haven't seen gameplay. We haven't seen any sort of trailer for it. The only thing we've seen is just a concept, just the tech demo.
I mean, if the game can actually do what they claim it can do, I think it can be pretty fun online.
Well, I mean, it'll be okay, but I mean,
the single player. I don't know if they're making a single player mode for this game, but that's probably gonna.
Well, the original release date last year was supposed to be for summer, and in the summer they were going to release multiplayer only, and then they were going to, I guess,
so
release
it's going to have
single player later on. But I don't know, and that of course fell through. That never happened. But
it wasn't destroy the city, like destroy the environments and stuff like that. I mean, if that's like your kind of thing, I mean, shoot. I mean, that, it may be a niche to some. It's like, hey, look, it can destroy a whole city, just take that bag out just for the fun of it. It just depends on their taste are. But for me, if it's done right, like Princess said, shoot, I'm game for it. I'm all down for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it, and because I'm just not excited for it, just because we haven't seen anything. I mean, I think we've seen more of Last of Us 2 than what we've seen of actually Crackdown 3.
Right.
All right. I think there was one other question. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just read this real quick, guys, because people were asking some questions to you guys.
All right.
Somebody just asked, what would happen if Sony announced Spiral at E3 from Activision?
I would faint. I would lose my. I would lose my
What I would do?
So Spyro the Dragon?
If they did that, I would buy a day one collector's edition.
Oh man, I would love to see them announce a Spyro and a Jack and Daxter.
Well, Jack and Daxter, we know that they're doing the PS2 classic. So
yeah, I mean, well, the PS2 to PS4. I'm talking about an actual remaster, like what they did with Crash Bandicoot,
right?
With Jack and Daxter and Spyro.
I think.
Oh shit!
I think Spyro has a higher chance to receive a similar treatment than Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I would love to see that, but I don't think Activision's going to be ready to let go of 2 of those games. Yeah, I think they had to push really hard to get the Crash, but I don't know if they can push Spyro. But I don't know. They're not doing a Skylanders this year.
Good.
Has Activision always owned Spyro?
No.
Wasn't that Sony's game at first, right?
Yep.
So how the hell did they get it?
That was Insomniac. Insomniac.
So what happened? Or did Soniac lose rights to it, or what the fuck happened?
It just got bought out.
Oh.
Like Activision said they were going to make a Spyro game. They were doing they teased it, and then what they ended up doing is making Skylanders.
Yeah.
And as long as Skylanders was running, because they have the same thing that happened with Crash is if they didn't use Crash in a game, then I think after a certain amount of time, then Sony could actually use Crash in a game. Well, the reason why they were getting away with that with Spyro is because every time they made a Skylanders game, that originally started with Spyro in it, so therefore that's considered a Spyro game.
Did you guys see the new gameplay of Crash that they released today?
I know. I've been skipping watching that because I've pre-ordered it, so I've been skipping watching all the gameplay. I'm just ready for it.
It looks so good.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't get a chance to look at that. I was very busy today, so I didn't get a chance to look at that.
Me neither.
I'll take a look at it.
It's long. It's like 26 minutes.
Wow. No spoilers, though, right?
It's a level of Crash 3. Not really spoilery, but
okay. I
no,
just
it's
want to
not
make
spoiler.
sure.
No.
Okay. We have another question, guys. They want to know from the panel, what do you think will sell more copies, or Star Wars 2?
Star Wars 2 or what?
Call of Duty.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
There's that, why would anybody want to even put Call of Duty up against anything?
Yeah, never bet against Call of Duty.
No, Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty sells millions and millions they're the top selling franchise every year.
I think last year Call of Duty initially was down by 53% and it's still outsold Battlefield.
Yeah, and let's put it this way,
there's nothing you can do.
Even whenever Ghost was out and it was getting all that hate, it still outsold everything. So I mean, no matter what they do, now this year is that they're actually going to what everybody wants.
I think it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, even though they're going back.
Yeah, this might be the first year that I buy Call of Duty in 4 years.
I've already bought it.
You know what's funny? And I honestly didn't buy it, but it kind of reminded me of back in the 90s Like with the Spice Girls, everybody says nobody bought it, but yet they still sold like 20 million albums. I'm like, then who the hell bought the album then?
Yeah,
Because
no
somebody
kidding.
bought it.
Right?
So everybody in the world's like, oh, I didn't buy Call of Duty. Like the announcement you hear, oh, we sold 30 million copies. Well, I'm like, well, somebody bought it.
Well, somebody had to be buying that shit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I always like. Cause every like group I was in, or every like Twitter like interaction, they were like, I'm not. Call of Duty's dead. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And Call of Duty's always on the fucking top of the damn leaderboard. I'm like, yeah, there's something ain't right, man. Something ain't adding up.
Exactly. Well, I'm just putting the questions out, like people asking in the chat. You know, they just like to hear your opinions.
Maybe
They didn't have wishful thinking.
Yeah, I think they should put Destiny 2 up against Star Wars Battlefront 2 rather than because Call of Duty is gonna rule the fall.
It's in a class of it's in a class of its own when it comes to stuff
Pretty
like
much,
that.
yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cultural phenomenon more than, you know, a game at this point. I mean, it's like you have to buy Call of Duty, especially kids, like little, like, you know, 12 to, you know, 17-year-olds who can't go to the store and get it themselves. Or, you know, they're asking their parents to go and get it because that's, you know, all they're talking about in school.
Last year on Black Friday, man, everybody we were all sitting around the games, and of course I was sitting around, all the different games or whatever, but all the kids, I mean, like you could see them they were just all standing there just in a big row, and they all just bum rushed to go to Call of Duty. And I mean, it's just a like you said, it's a cultural phenomenon. I mean, like it's not even so much like even a game release anymore. It's just like basically a guaranteed moneymaker.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, that was all the questions we had. I don't know if anybody had, before we close out, if anybody had a topic that they wanted to bring up or any news that they heard that we didn't address today.
Well, I wanted to bring something up. I'm not sure if y'all talked about it before before I came in here, but Jez Gordon or whatever his name is, that writes for Windows Central.
Yeah.
He made a tweet today, and I quoted him on it, and because I found it to be so fucking stupid. He said that with Mixer doing the multi-streaming thing, Xbox Game Pass and Scorpio, it kind of makes those third-party deals look pointless. And I'm thinking, no, it don't. Like, what? How do you think that like a streaming service, Game Pass, you know, that basically is just all the old games that almost everybody that has a console that you play, you know, has bought your console has played. And a new console is going to outshine third-party marketing deals. It's just not. There's no way, especially with the biggest games coming out this year. But it kind of struck me weird, is because he went from days and days and days of tweeting about Destiny 2 and all these marketing deals, you know, how they're, you know, all these different things, to all of a sudden this, like, when how could you complain about the marketing deals and like talk about them constantly, but then all of a sudden, since Mixer launched, you know, since Mixer did that thing, it magically just goes away?
Yeah.
Well,
I think I saw his. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, sorry, Puerto Rock, you can.
Oh, go, creepy one.
Well, he writes for Windows Central, so he's not gonna pump out the marketing deals that Sony's gonna do. Like, there's a saying in Italian that said also, you know, when the fox cannot reach the grape, it will say that it's not good, and that's what's going on. Like, he doesn't have the marketing deals, so he say that the marketing deals is not good.
I like that one. But I would say I think because I saw the conversation and all that, and I think he was alluding to the long term. Like he's assuming that this is a long term strategy, but the thing is, he's making the assumption that Sony's not doing anything in their network to improve in the long term. You know, and I will say this. Just because Sony ain't saying something doesn't mean they're not doing. They're not talkers. They're not gonna spend week to week telling people every single thing they're doing.
They don't have to now.
They'll go months and months and months. Like, you know, how many conversations did we hear about Sony implementing, you know, external hard drive support? Nothing. That was like a total surprise for me, because I never heard.
Yeah, same here.
Never heard them on Twitter. Never heard Yoshida, Andrew House, Kazurai saying, "Hey, we're looking into providing you guys external hard drive support." You know, we're gonna. No, it was just like, "Hey, we're gonna provide you external hard drive support. It's in beta. You know, We're gonna do a preview right now, and then next month we're gonna release it. There you go. See you next time. That's what they do. They just come out and so I think he was trying to maybe talk about long-term strategy, but he made a false assumption that Sony's not trying to do something on their end to bring in services and stuff like that as well.
Yes, that's the thing with Sony is Sony plans ahead. That's the reason why they saw their falters with the PS3, and they started making strategies going forward from there, and it led them into the PS4, where Xbox One kind of just got or Xbox 360 kind of got comfortable with the fact of having all the third-party marketing deals, that they didn't even invest in their first-party studios. They didn't invest in anything. And then they came over here to the Xbox One, and they started faltering, and now they're starting to invest in different things, which is good. But to think that Sony's not doing the exact same thing, I mean, Sony sees where the market's going as well. They're getting the same exact reports as what Microsoft is getting. So I mean, they know what to invest in.
You see, that's what happens when you get too damn cocky with yourself. You start thinking you're better than everybody, and then you start, think you start feeling yourself, as a lot of people used to say. And then when you get all that money, you don't know what the fuck to do with it. So that's why Microsoft is not doing so good. They got all that damn third-party support in 360, got all those good, good exclusive deals and shit from different companies like Call of Duty and all that shit, and Bungie with Halo. And then look what happened now. Now the tables have turned. You know what I'm saying? Now PS4 is getting all the good deals and shit, and people just can't stand it. They just can't stand it. So
I think that more had to do with the switch in leadership, because the whole marketing deals, exclusives. Pretty much what brought 360 on top of the map was Peter Moore. And then when he left,
I agree.
took over. I guarantee if Peter Moore was still in charge and never left, things would be different. There would be a lot of stuff that he would.
I think Xbox One would be a whole different machine.
You would see a whole lot more IPs. You would see a whole slew of first-party studios, because that's what Peter Moore was about.
Well, let's put it this way. Wait. We need to like draw a little bit further, a bigger line there. If Satya and Nadella hadn't also been switched out as well too, you know what I mean? Like if he didn't come into the picture too, because I think he has a lot of pull in this whole decisions that Xbox is making now.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think it's all because of what Don Matrick did. He was able to. It's kind of like you're the big boss, right? And obviously, let's say like whoever's the leader of the Xbox division, if the division's screwing up, that kind of allows bigger people to micromanage now. I mean, like, oh, you guys are screwing up. Now I can take charge. This is what
pretty much, yes.
If Peter Moore would have still been there, I don't think Natia really would have been as intrusive as he is now, only because Peter Moore is delivering what Xbox is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
You would have saw a bigger publisher. You would have saw more games. You would have saw more exclusives. You would have just saw the brand name get bigger and bigger. And he definitely would not have done this. Connect probably would not have even been a project at all. I don't think Peter Moore would have done that from the get-go. He's not that type of dude. You would have never saw Connect would not have existed. That program would not have.
Phil Spencer when did he start with? Then at Microsoft, like 2010, 11ish.
He's been at Microsoft for a long time. He was just in their PR for their Xbox.
Yeah, because I didn't never heard of Phil Spencer to Xbox One. Really,
he was just in the PR department.
And he was in a game, like he was like he wasn't game developer, but he was in charge for like the first party.
Yeah, he's know what he's doing.
He's been there for a long time.
He's an old head when it comes to Microsoft. He's been there for a long time. He just got bumped to another position.
Yeah, he just finally got promoted.
Don Matrick got fired because
Don Matrick deserved to get fired, man.
He really
you go on national TV and say, keep your 360.
Yeah.
Shit, I was like, wow.
Everything up for Xbox. It's all his fault. That's why it's faltering.
Well, I don't say it's all his fault. I mean, let's put it this way. Up until now, yes, I would say that this is all a product of what Don Matrick rolled into place. But now this is the year that Phil Spencer has to come out and show us what he's actually been working on. Yeah. Is it services or is it actual games?
Yeah. This is why I'm skeptical about this year being a big for Microsoft, because you figure he took over in 2014. He only has so much money to do what needs to happen, and I think with the money he had, he put it towards the backwards compatibility. He mentioned Game Pass was an idea he wanted to start do from the get-go, and then Xbox One S, and Scorpio. You know, that's probably why you don't see a lot of advertisement. You know, I don't see him right from the jump at 2014 building studios. I don't think he had the money. I don't think he had the budget.
No, I don't think so. I think
That's
they
why
pulled
I
a
don't
lot of
see-
money away from Xbox division.
Yeah, I don't see a lot coming. I hope I'm wrong. Because again, you know what I'm saying? The more Microsoft could do, it just opens the door to get new experience.
I'm just thinking that they can't really do a whole lot because of the fact that of the studios that they have. They just don't have any. So the reason why I think that what we might see is actually a big flip on something. And we're going to maybe see like 343 instead of them, because they said Halo, that there will not be a Halo announcement at all at E3. So I'm wondering, is 343 actually working on a separate game? That would be a first, and that would be huge if they actually let 343 branch away from Halo.
Well, they said little something. So little something is, it can be literally a little something like a DLC for Halo Wars 2, or it could be, sarcastically, little something, but in reality, it's like a new AAA that they're working, on the side. It will be interesting to see. I'm curious.
Sure would. Nobody has anything else. We're going to wrap this up. Before we do our outros, I just want everybody to know here on the panel, for those who are usually here, and for those watching, I'm taking a break next week. I'll be back the week after. I have some things to do, so I'm just taking a break from this. So I will not be here next week. So I'm forewarn you guys a week ahead of time. So don't be hitting me up during the week. What time this week? Okay. So we're gonna do our outros. Okay. We're gonna start out with our special guest. His first time here. We're gonna start out with Creepy Bunny. Go ahead and do your outros.
Well, just want to say thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to have a chat with you guys, and you can find me on Twitter at the Creepy Bunny, or at Nick Marseille. I have a little YouTube channel if you want to check that out, and that's basically it. Very grateful to be here.
Well, I'm glad you finally made it, and you're welcome anytime. You add a good thing to the podcast, so you're welcome to come anytime you can.
Thank you.
Just let me know. Okay. Next, we have Sinister.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Sinister Tar Heel. And I appreciate Princess for inviting me. I know it's been a long time because, like I said, I've been mega busy. That's why I haven't done, podcasts lately. So, but appreciate it, joining in on this, talking games and everything else. So I appreciate it.
No problem. And like I said, anytime, I know you're very busy, but when you can make it, you just let me know, hit me during the week. Yeah, I think I could make it, and we'll get you in. Right. Not a problem. Okay. Next, we got Grimy. Grimy, did you leave me? Yeah, he left. I just looked down. He left. Okay.
Man, that's so grimy.
Yeah, I'll get him. Don't worry. I'll get Grimy. Next up, we got Rambo.
Y'all know me, Rambo's Corner. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube. Hit me up.
Okay. Next up, we got Porter Rock.
What's going on, everybody? This boy Porter Rock 77. You can catch me on YouTube and Twitter. Princess, thank you very much for the invite. And everybody else, it was awesome conversation. You guys brought great things, and I enjoyed the conversations today. Thank you so much.
What do you mean invite? I thought you were a member of the podcast.
I know. I just, I try to free fall off the top of my head. Okay. That's why I never got into rapping. I just suck at it.
Next, last but not least, we got Demetrius. Oh, I think I called him at the wrong time. I think he's with a customer.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, that's Lords of Eclipse. You know where to find him. Okay. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitter. You know where to find him. Like he always says, you know where to find him. Lords of Eclipse. Okay. So check out everybody's channels, guys. Really. Big or small, they're gamers. They like to talk gaming. They put up gaming content. So please check out their channels, and sub to them. Come on, guys. Just give a chance. All right. And as always, this is the Titanfall Princess. And I'm signing out. Wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody pigs out and enjoys themselves. Just don't get sick. Okay, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And as always, love me. Later.